And we are back. What's up, good people? This is the Guessnicity Podcast for those who don't know. I'm sure all of you know because you're sitting here listening. But today we have some special guests. Of course, with me, who I have on a quite regular basis, is my wife.
Yes, it is.
Tam, how's it going, love?
It's going.
Good.
Yes.
It's going?
It's going.
This your first time back since we came back from vacation, right?
I know, and I cannot shake vacation. I'm just
right.
not feeling it.
Yeah, it's been a rough week coming back.
Yes.
And we have two special guests, even though it looks like it's only one person. It's two guests, a male and a female.
That's us.
They are fiancés.
We are. Lucky us.
I'm the most awkward at introducing people.
Yes. I'm like, oh my gosh.
But we
I
have
can do it. It's
we
fine.
have Mike Winter and his fiancée Tami.
Yes.
How's it going, guys?
It's great.
It's going good. We're way up here in Minnesota, don't you know? So it'll add a little different dialogue or what's
Dialect.
the word? Dialect.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Dialect from up north, don't you know? I host a podcast called Wisecrackin with Winter. I've been doing that for 9 years, and occasionally Tami comes on and she'll co-host. The show is comedy and current events. And I'm a big fan of Guessnicity. I'm flattered that you asked me to be on. I can't wait.
Us. It's always us now. Us.
Yeah,
it was
Yeah.
both. I did say you could bring Tami along. I didn't just invite you. I invited you both.
all right. Okay.
Yeah. Come on.
How about that, Tami?
I didn't
You
know
got-
y'all were in.
There's something.
I didn't know y'all were in Minnesota. I lived in Milwaukee for a while.
Our kids go to college right outside of Milwaukee in Kenosha.
Yes. Yeah. We went to
Okay.
like church and Racine. You know, it's just a weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Right. That small
Right
little
there.
area over there.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
So and I actually grew up in Iowa.
Oh, okay.
So we have different dialects between the two of us. We like to make fun of each other.
You've heard of Iowa, right? It's
Oh,
that
shut it.
I've
like
been
a
to
big-
Iowa quite a few times,
Yeah.
actually.
landmass of corn and
Yeah.
Yep.
the occasional road. That's
That's it.
Iowa. It's
Yep.
great.
Thanks. Yep, that's true.
Yep.
That's how we like it down there.
Yeah.
Stay out.
Yeah, I met Mike. It was a little like a podcast group on Facebook or something,
Yeah.
which I need to just get out of it because it's the same question seems like every day. What platform do you record on and what do you use to edit? But I made a post about, hey, I need some more guests for my show. And Mike and a few other people responded, but I'm kind of picky. So I found this podcast and I was like, oh no, this guy sounds pretty good. A lot better
Insane. Yes.
yeah.
Well, I
If it-
came from radio into podcasting.
Right.
So I went to school and all that. So
So you're
yeah, I've
professionally
been around the
trained.
block. Yeah, I'm professionally trained and I forgot most of it.
God.
And most of my instructors from back then would puke if they knew what I was putting out now.
And something interesting that I've heard listening to your podcast is you used to be in politics, or you may still be in politics.
God.
You ran for mayor for a small town, right? This is a little small town you ran for mayor in, right?
Yeah, you may have heard of it. It's Minneapolis.
Mm.
And I ran for mayor of Minneapolis in 2021. So a year after all the bad things happened there. I was doing my podcast with Tami one night, and we were just screwing around that I was going to run for mayor. And then when we turned the mics off, she's like, you know what? You should man up and really do it.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
that was my first mistake. And then he did. I ran the campaign and he ran for office. And then after that, he ran for lieutenant governor. Then, what, a year later?
Yeah, Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota the next year.
And how did that work?
I didn't win. And
Either time.
I didn't win either time.
He's a loser.
but I ran third party. So I'm a centrist. I'm not a big left or right guy. I'm kind of down the center, which I figure most Americans are anyway. Problem with running down the center is there's no money in it. There's not a lot of money in the party, not a lot of power. So it's a tough thing to do, but it was worthwhile, and I'm glad I did it. I think it made me a better person for it, even though I lost colossally. I mean, I don't regret it.
It was an experience, right?
It was an experience I'll never forget. And you too, Tami, right?
Yes, we met a lot of cool people. There was a lot of experience in it.
Yeah.
Sure. I really hope that he never, ever, ever runs again, but he's already talking about it. So we'll see.
You know what you need? Well, I don't know. I guess a mayor doesn't have a running mate, right?
No, there is no way I would run with him. There is no way.
No,
I will run the campaign. But you know what? Here's the thing. If I ran with him, I'd have to be in charge. He could be my running mate.
Oh, Tammy, I wasn't talking about you. I'm saying he needed a black man to run with him.
Oh,
and then
well, come on up.
There we go. We just even it out. You pull everybody in. They won't know if you're really on the left or on the right.
And the real people running the show would be Tam and Tami.
Correct.
That's it. Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
Well, that's fine. I'll take all the credit, and you guys could dig all the ditches.
Yeah, that's work.
I mean, is that the way it usually goes anyway?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
One rule that I typically have on my show, but I'm the one that brought it up and talking about you. We typically don't talk politics on here.
I don't blame you. I mean, there's enough politics on enough podcasts to last a lifetime. And I don't talk a lot of it on my own show, just every now and again, just because it's endlessly entertaining to me. But
Because we like to argue about it.
yeah, but we don't need to talk politics today. That's fine.
Oh yeah, we're good. And I'm looking in the back door. We got a few people from Minnesota actually in the chat.
Woohoo!
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so and nobody act like they've heard of you. Seems like.
Oh, that's fine. They can play dumb, but most of them voted for me.
Oh, right.
They did.
All 6,000 or something like that.
Yeah. They did.
All 6,000 are in the chat.
That's right.
Yeah,
Right.
they're all there.
11 of those 6,000 in the chat. Yeah. And then one other thing before we jump into the cases, that I heard y'all have daughters, or one of you have a daughter or something along those lines. Is that correct?
We both have daughters.
Okay.
We have separate children. Well, they're all of ours now, but Mike has a 19-year-old daughter. I have a 19-year-old son, and then I have a 14-year-old daughter.
Okay. I just remember you talking about having a daughter going to college. Well, we have 2 girls in college and then 2 girls in high school. Yeah.
You have 4 girls?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
You'd think there'd be more gray in your beard with 4 daughters.
Right. You would think so. They're stressing me out.
Yeah. Daughters are tough.
It can be.
They are. Which kind of leads us into what we're going into today when it deals with kids.
Oh, gosh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
We're not going to talk about kids getting murdered, are we?
I wouldn't do that to you the first episode.
All right.
I'm
Okay.
surprised.
And yeah, this is actually going to be light. There's no bestiality.
Oh, well, that's too bad. I mean, that's Mike's favorite.
Hey, I gave that up years ago.
And no kids getting killed, but there
Good.
are crimes involving minors.
Okay.
All right, Luther, go
DJ
ahead.
said white. Just off the top. Okay.
But really this revolves around something I've been doing for a while, quite a bit on episodes. I'll probably bring in one case about this because they've been real prolific as of late. And it's these teachers sleeping with students.
That's nasty. But those boys are lucky. I will give you that.
We just had one of those cases up here pop up in the news, like a couple days ago.
In fact, once I was listening to your podcast again this morning and realized you were in Minnesota, that was actually probably one of the cases I was going to bring. Just I said, "Ooh, I need to find something else."
Yeah.
With the coach, is that the one?
with the coach
Yep,
from Rosemont, Minnesota.
There you go. So, yep.
Mm-hmm. And she was white.
Yep, volleyball coach. She is Lily White. Well, is it Lily
Yes.
White? She was white, though.
Yes, for sure.
I think pretty much all these teachers that are dabbling in pedophilia are all white.
No, there was a black one from my school district just the other day, or a couple months ago.
That sounds like
From
fake.
my same school that I met.
That's fake news.
Yeah.
I check your sources. I've never seen a single person of color accused of pedophilia in the news.
Well,
You haven't listened to the podcast.
You're not watching.
Well, I guess I'll be enlightened today, possibly.
Possibly. So, the first case is always one where I may not have a whole lot of information on it. It's typically pretty short. And then we just kind of go from there. So, typically when I bring the case, like I said, you guess along the way. I'll give you one guess, two guesses at the end. One first before I give you the location, and then you have to lock it in after I give you the location.
All right, let's do this.
Because the location tends to change people's view on where it happened at. So, in this first case, our suspect was just arrested. Here's a problem. Hold up. Now, before I even jump into this, here's an issue. I started looking for some more of these cases. They're happening so much. These people are just getting arrested, and there's not much information out there. There's so many that just got arrested within the last month. It's crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
They're
That's
rounding
so
them up
gross.
before school starts.
Yep.
Well, you know.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad they're doing that.
So our suspect was arrested here recently, but the alleged incidents happened in 2023. We have a teacher in a sexual relationship with a 16-year-old student. Like I said, the case is fresh, hadn't gone to trial yet, but in the state that it happened in, the age of consent is 16. But the problem is, she's a teacher. If she was not a teacher, it would not be a crime. But because she is a teacher, she's in a position of authority, makes it a crime. So it doesn't matter if the kid was 19 and slow, still in high school. It would still be a crime.
That's
Mexican.
sounding pretty backwards. I'm guessing it's somewhere in Mississippi, and they're white.
I'm going to say Mexican.
No, it has to be white.
Okay. So, how do you think the authorities found out about this this incident 2 years after the fact?
Oh, they were
Social
bragging.
media.
100% they were bragging.
So, I give you four guesses. I got four options for you.
Okay.
Wow.
We got A, some old messages surfaced on the kid's phone where the parents found it. The student told other students, and then eventually the word got around. The teacher's spouse came across the old messages, or the teacher told another teacher, who then went to authorities.
I'm going to go with C.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the spouse found the messages because if it's a boy, he knows to keep his mouth shut.
No, boys can't keep their mouths shut. They're
They
bragging to
gossip, too.
everyone.
Yeah, they locker room talk.
I don't know about.
It's like,
Yeah.
y'all want to know how I got that A? Let me show you.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be
Yeah.
that the kid was bragging. I mean, kids cannot keep their mouths shut.
If
for
it's a
any
boy,
reason.
boys talk shit and lie about their sex lives all the time.
Well, okay, yeah. So was it a male or a female? I suppose that's the next issue. That's how we know.
I'm guessing.
I didn't even. Yeah, I purposely kind of left it ambiguous.
Yeah.
As well. But the correct answer is D. The teacher told another teacher,
Oh, jeez.
How stupid
like
do you have
after
to
the
be?
fact, that
Then it has to be a guy that did it.
and then that teacher
Told somebody.
went and told the
Yeah, of
told the
course.
authorities. Yeah.
Wow, and that teacher
Oh.
dropped a dime, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
So now, since it's ambiguous, we'll leave it open before I give you the location. Male, female, and ethnicity. What you got?
So you didn't tell us the sex of the child.
I didn't tell you the sex of anybody in this.
The teacher was a female.
Okay.
The child was a male.
Okay.
And I'm sticking with Mexican.
You sticking with Mexican? Okay.
Go ahead, dear.
I'm going to say, if they were bragging about it, the teacher was a male. I bet student was a male too.
Mm.
And
Okay, Tami.
That's okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
and they were white.
Okay.
Wow, you kind of messed me up a little bit.
I
with that,
know.
Tam.
That was a curveball.
I'm gonna go with the teacher was male, the kid was a female, and they're both white.
All right. This happened in Oakland County, Michigan.
Oh,
Michigan.
Yeah.
huh?
Does that change any of your answers, or are we sticking to?
No, I'm sticking.
Yeah, I'm staying too.
I'm gonna stay pat. I'm surprised it's not Mississippi, Alabama, or one of those states way down there. I'm surprised that it's Michigan, that it's 16 is legal consent. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
wild.
Yep. Teacher's name. So with these, they're kids. I can't tell you what race the kid is. I don't know any of that because they don't share any of that information. But the teacher is Jocelyn
Oh,
San Roman,
oh,
Wow.
which would make her
way to go, Tam.
Hispanic.
Yep.
Holy free holy. Wow. Tam, you know a little Spanish.
Oh, would you stop it
Not
already?
at all. I only know.
What is a great thing to say in Spanish about that?
I only know
situation,
cuss words.
Tammy?
Ay, caramba.
I learned that on a cartoon.
Yeah.
You've been studying Spanish for like 2 years. You must have one phrase.
Knock it off.
That's English.
No. All right.
But
She's
what
so
I'm noticing
young.
is
She
she's
looks
yeah.
young. She was
Yeah.
26.
Oh my
26.
gosh.
Jeez.
Yeah. What you got? Are you talking to the dog?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Your bad one is rumbling.
Oh, she'll be all right.
Okay.
We left ours in the hallway.
Jeez. Our little
Yeah.
one is annoying.
Yeah. But
Yeah, she's young.
Yep.
Or she looks young.
Jocelyn, Hispanic female.
Now I'm not surprised that
Let's-
she told another teacher. Because that's some young shit to do, too. Like, you committed a
That is.
crime, and then you're going to tell about yourself 2 years later. Like, did you think you would not get in trouble because it's 2 years?
Well, and so if she's 26 now,
She was
I mean,
20.
she was 24.
Yeah, that frontal lobe wasn't even formed. But still, go to jail.
No.
Jail immediately.
Go directly to jail. I mean, and the other sad thing is she's good looking. What a
Yeah,
waste.
like, really?
So surprisingly, Mike, doing this, a lot of them are good looking. It doesn't make
That doesn't make a difference.
it doesn't make sense.
What is the issue? Is that they're still stuck in that high school
Probably.
mode and they go back and teach high school and they want to relive their glory days?
It's got to be. I mean, it's got to be. I mean, that was the to me that was the issue with the one up there with you guys in Minnesota.
Yeah, you're right. She was young.
She's 24. Yeah. 24, not bad looking, but I mean, and the kid was 17, so it was like a 7-year difference in age.
And see, our oldest, she subs sometimes, and she's 21, and she only will sub at elementary schools. She say, I don't want any issues. And
So I
understand.
actually work in the school system, and I work with 18 to 21 year olds in a transition program. And yes, it still is illegal, so I can't,
Right.
I can't date any of them either.
Oh, now I can finally take a deep breath and relax. You're not going to date any of the kids that have mental issues or are in trouble with the law?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that kept me up at night, but now I can relax.
Hey, You're being facetious, but have you seen the Netflix series? Tell them you love me. Is that what it was?
Yeah, tell them you love me or whatever. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have not seen that one.
I've seen it up there.
It will what is it about? It's terrible.
It's about a
nonverbal,
like
mentally
legit,
delayed,
super
mentally delayed. And his therapist claiming that he was in love with her. She actually.
Oh my gosh!
She actually essayed him on several occasions to the point where he had carpet burn on his back.
We not on YouTube. You can say sexually assault. She sexually assaulted her. She had sex with a mentally
delayed.
The R word, Mike, that you said, and on the cancel with a mentally
Luther,
retarded
you
man.
cannot say that.
No, you may not
say that.
I'm still not on board with that. It's a Gen X thing. It's our word.
No, you cannot say that.
You cannot say the word.
Listen, mind you, that was my first impression of Mike. Was that podcast, and I said,
"This is long."
Yes,
I am so sorry. He is not always this horrible of a person. Once in a while, he's okay.
And
I'm not horrible for using the vernacular that I grew up with.
Right,
and it was
no.
Who decided it was a bad? We could spend 20 minutes on this word.
No, because it reminds me of my conversation with Luther and him not saying midget and saying little person. It is not.
Midgets.
No, you cannot say that.
But a midget is still a little person.
Correct.
Why are you dragging it out?
When did it turn bad?
I feel like me and Tami are equally stressed out right now.
I think maybe we should let them move in together and we can just start our own little...
Oh, gosh. When I heard that, I was like, oh, my God.
But I want to share your closet.
Yes, of course. There's room.
Luther and I would get along like peas and carrots. We'd have so much money. We'd have so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're taking the money.
Yes,
Might get you a banquet beer, drink my tequila.
Oh,
we good.
Gosh. Yeah. Oh, goodness.
As long as you leave us the money, we're good.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you have got to take a moment and watch it and your stomach.
Yeah, so, and mind you, it's an interracial couple.
Yeah, he was
she's
a little
white,
black
he's
boy.
he's black.
And she was a white
He's not a little black boy, he's a grown man.
Yeah, he was grown. But
yeah. But
I have my summers off, so
please watch
I will, put that on my list.
If you work in that area, Tami,
I do. I'm a
going
behavior specialist.
You're going to want to, one, kill her, and two, to this day, she still claims that she feels like he's in love with her, and he told her.
Oh my gosh.
She went to jail. She lost her like she was married with kids. Oh, and to this day, she's like, I know he loves me, and I don't understand what's wrong. Yeah. I'm like, bitch, what?
She's got her own mental problems.
Yes,
she does.
Yeah, just
clearly.
I'm gonna point at Forrest Gump. Now remember, Forrest Gump was an R word, and he had a relationship with Jenny, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Jenny
but
was
everybody
a whore.
was cheering for Forrest to get his.
Wait, but honey, here's the thing. Forrest Gump is a made-up character.
Yes.
And if he's from a show, he's not a real person.
I know what love is, Jenny.
Hey, man, Forrest taught lessons, man. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Forrest
my
is
gosh.
Everybody was cheering for Forrest to get some, and he got it.
And then he had a baby.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he had a son. He had, what's his name? The kid that was in the Ghost movie.
The Sixth Sense.
Yeah, that kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, he had a pretty successful kid out of it.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Tami's like, come on, let's move on to something else.
Well, I'm really concerned that I'll have family listen to this and be like, why the hell are you marrying him?
I'm of a different generation. Everybody in this room is Gen X.
You're right.
Right?
I'm an older millennial.
I don't know where I fall in. Mike, how old are you?
I'm 50. Tammy's 49.
Yeah, we're older millennials.
43.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 43. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you're millennials.
Yeah.
So you're a little more in touch with, being sensitive.
Not Luther.
I'm just broken inside.
You're just old and crotchety.
It's fine. I won't say the R word.
Either. Yeah, I was going to say no.
Yeah, as many words that I have people looking at me sideways on.
Don't
here for.
Start.
All right, Tam, we're going to start our own podcast. Did our men say?
Oh, yes.
All right, let's move on to another case.
Okay.
We talked about the coach in Minnesota a little bit, and so I'm not going to do that case. So let's talk about another coach.
Okay.
It's another one I don't have a whole lot of information on, but this coach was a high school economics teacher and coach. Having a relationship with a student. The relationship went on from August of 2024 to the spring of this year when a social media post came out mentioning the possible relationship between a teacher and a student, but not being specific as to who. So that we'll call that suspect A because there's two suspects in this case. Suspect B is also another teacher who is friends with suspect A. Their crime is slightly different, though. They're being charged with knowing about the inappropriate relationship and not saying anything about it within 48 hours because that's, I guess, the law.
Mm-hmm. The duty to report.
Yeah, especially, I guess, that kind of case with the teacher and student.
Mm-hmm.
Text messages between the two, suspect A and suspect B, is the two I'm talking about here. Basically, suspect B texted suspect A, trying to keep up, calling both suspects. Text him saying, "Hey, I see a post out here. I'm trying to watch out for you. Like, basically, be careful."
Black.
Good looking out. All right.
Black.
Suspect B's spouse told suspect A to stop following the student on social media. So the other teacher's wife told the other teacher that was doing the stuff, "Hey."
So the wife knew too?
Apparently, because that's what it's saying. Lord. All of this came out in the investigation.
Mm-hmm.
But once suspect A was caught, they confessed. I'm assuming that the student was older, like 18 or somewhere around that age, because they don't mention the student's age at all anywhere. So, if they were young, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Young,
right, they would say the age.
Yeah. So with that lack of information, let's go with...
Black.
Which one?
Oh,
both?
Both of them.
Both of them were black?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The wife and two suspects.
Yeah, but the wife, I don't know. We're not even
okay.
involved.
Well, then
the
two suspects are black.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Huh. What do you think, Michael?
Ladies first. Go right ahead.
And I have no rhyme or reason. I just, whatever comes to mind first.
Well, I always say when people don't know, I've listened to this show, doing this show now, I think when people don't know, the default is just to go back to your own race. I don't know why. But that's what I've seen. People just be like,
that's us. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
All right. Well, so I'm going to say suspect 1 was black. And you know what? Let's throw a little curveball in there. 2 was Asian.
Oh.
Just for the heck of it. Because they never commit crimes, right?
You're trying too hard.
Yeah,
They're all white because they're all busy snitching on each other, staring at Facebook all day long. They're being corny. They're white.
Oh.
They're white with no backbone. They just are. Just wait, you'll see.
I will say some of you are, really all of you are partially.
Oh, so it's a
correct.
Mixed person.
No, it's not. No half-breed.
No. Luther. Oh my God.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
No half-breed.
Lou, you cannot say that.
I was
Man,
going
it
to
has
say,
been said so many times on this show now That's what.
Okay.
So this happened in Winsboro, Texas. So not too far from us.
Okay.
East Texas.
I'm sticking with East Texas.
Yeah, that's East Texas.
You know, I'm not original Texan, so I never know where anything is.
I know.
So
Yeah, I don't know where anything is in Texas.
I'm gonna stick with black.
For both.
For both, yes. It's easier that way.
Yeah. And
I'm sticking with what I got.
Sticking with what you got? Okay.
They're white.
All right. We have Nicholas Gabriel.
Okay.
Okay.
Teacher
Win.
A.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we have Jared Lancaster. Teacher B.
Okay. I need to see him.
I am about to show them to you.
I don't even got to see them. I mean,
I don't know. I know some Jared.
See? One black,
Nicholas
one white. Nicholas Gabriel.
Look at that.
Who said that?
Is
Somebody
a black
said that.
man.
Yeah, I think that might have been. No, nobody said that.
no,
I
you
think
said
DJ
one was
said it.
Asian or
I said
something.
one was Asian.
Yeah.
Maybe he has some Asian tendencies going on there.
I got a 50%. So they were both coaches, huh?
Yeah.
That's why one called
So-
the other, because I was like, "There's an allegiance there." That's why I thought black.
You will get 50%. Shout out to Molly, who's been doing the scorecard. I haven't even told you, Tam. She's completed season 1. I'll have to show you the scores, but you have the most correct answers.
I know, because I'm that bitch.
But-
I know it.
And you're on here more than anybody else. But
Not my fault.
but she's been given half points.
Okay.
So
Hey, you know what? You got to let her take the win.
Thank you. Thank you.
What.
No,
It's her
Molly,
win, no matter
keep
what.
doing what you're doing, Molly.
Yeah.
It's gonna be half a point for those
I'll take
answers.
half. That's fine.
Everybody got half. I think each
Yeah.
one of you said white something at some point.
You know what it is? I bet you that they're both assistant football coaches.
Yeah.
So let me break it down. I kept it ambiguous for a reason, but he actually impregnated the student.
God damn.
Oh,
That's what came out online. That there's a teacher that got a student pregnant, and then, hey, we got a problem, my boy. I'm trying to help you out. That's the white teacher.
Yeah.
So I adjusted the messages, trying to keep it a little bit more.
So
neutral
Nicholas is
sounding.
A.
Nicholas is A. Nicholas is the one sleeping.
So
with him.
Jared's wife told him to stop
And I don't think it's his wife. I think it may have been his girlfriend. They just said his
Okay.
significant
Is it okay?
other or whatever. Yeah.
Does she need to
Yep.
go too?
Really, they said the mother of his child, which got confusing. So it's really the mother of
Baby
Jared's.
mama.
Yeah, Jared's baby mama.
Yeah.
There you go.
Jared's baby mama. Don't be trying to be all. You done said midget and half breed. You can say baby mama.
I was gonna just say.
A half
Now we're
breed.
getting PC.
Yeah. Like.
You know. Yeah.
Somebody threw out that they're baseball coaches. Is that true? Is
No,
that what
they're football coaches.
Yeah, you can tell by Jared's head that
Because
he's
there's always like 19 assistant coaches for
Yeah.
football, and they get
Yeah.
bored.
Yeah.
The shape of Jared's head told me he played football.
Yup.
Yeah, you got that blockhead.
Yes. Either that or wrestled. So.
Yeah. And Nicholas looked like he don't do nothing but smoke weed all day and
Correct. And collect a check.
play video games. Yeah, but he a coach, so
I'll be
I guess
damned.
collect a check from the school. Yeah.
My tax dollars. Well, your tax dollars, not mine.
That we're not in that district.
Yeah.
Look, ain't our money going there.
Do you guys live in Virginia or Texas?
Texas.
We're in Texas.
Oh, Texas. Okay.
Yes.
Where'd you get Virginia from?
I don't know. For some reason, I thought he was from Virginia for some reason. I don't know.
Whatever.
I'm wrong. Okay.
You know what? Unless you listen to a recent episode with Ty and Ty and my homegirl Mika, they live in Virginia, so they're on
Maybe
there
that's,
talking
Oh,
about Virginia. So you may have heard them. If I don't know
Okay.
what episode you listen to.
I listened to a couple of them. I'm just horrible at remembering shit because I'm
Yes,
getting old.
you are.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump to the next one. Y'all remember the show To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's not quite as a teacher messing with a student. But it's that more along the lines of Chris Hansen, but he's a teacher. Mm-hmm. That's a predator. Apparently. Because the police did a undercover sting, kind of like To Catch a Predator, where they had somebody posing as a 13-year-old girl.
Gross.
Our suspect, high school teacher, got caught up in this sting. They chatted for about 4 days, including lewd sexual conversations and acts that the suspect wanted to do to her. Mm-mm. The suspect agreed to meet with her and made arrangements to meet when her parents were not home. During the chat, the suspect said that he was a high school teacher. Once the police heard this, that prompted them to pick up the pace because they were concerned that if he's on here looking for 13-year-olds, he could be doing something to students at the school. So we need to act quickly to get him. And they snatched him up.
He's an old bald white man.
That's what I was thinking. White.
Yeah, I don't know.
White.
I don't know yet.
No, he's a white man with like the whole comb over thing going. He is definitely a white man.
I picture him being very greasy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch To Catch a Predator. It was an entertaining show, family fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Good family entertainment.
That between that and 600-Pound Life.
Right.
Yeah.
There's another gem.
Yeah.
But yeah, like most of the people that Chris Hansen caught were white.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm going to begrudgingly just go ahead and blame the whites again.
Yeah, I mean, you just keep saying white over and over again.
Because
it's unique. Can't you do something different?
No, because I told you, like, the pedophilia shit is all white people. Mostly. Except for the last guy.
Should I start worrying about you?
No, you don't got to worry about me. It's just for some reason. I don't know what the fuck is the matter with us.
Like I say, I found that we're all more racist against our own kind than anything else doing this.
I'm very critical of white people.
Yeah,
right.
You're critical of all people.
Well,
yeah,
mostly whites.
I can see that. All right. This happened first, he was charged with 3 counts of luring a minor, 1 count of online sexual corruption of a child.
Oh, wow.
This happened in Portland, Oregon.
I knew it was white.
Oh, okay. Ding, ding, ding.
Definitely a bald white man.
All right. Y'all all saying white man.
It could be a Chinese guy.
Oh, stop. Because I said something.
No, you know what? I'm going to change my... It's a Chinaman. It's a Chinese guy.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it could be.
It may be.
All right.
Okay.
They're good with the internet. Why not?
Uh-oh. Got it. 36-year-old Oscar Armando Ramirez.
It's a Mexican.
I knew I should have said Mexican.
Yeah.
Male.
Wow.
Tricked us.
Gotcha.
Gross.
There he is.
Really?
Oh, he's so greasy.
Yeah,
This
he does
guy.
look greasy.
And this guy.
Yeah. I don't know.
I got to see that closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, he looks like he's 12.
Yeah, I was going to say he looks super young himself.
36.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be goddamned. Would you look at that?
Yep.
Huh.
They got me.
All right. We got one last one, and then we will wrap it up for the evening.
I could do this all night.
Isn't it
I
fun?
could just...
But nobody wants to listen to you all night.
Yeah, they're having fun. The chat likes it. Just keep going.
Let's stop this. Let's move on to... I have several cases. I found so many for this that I'm just going to use them for another episode, too. Let's do this one. All right. Our suspect I got you, Mike. Our suspect, 5th grade teacher, known for being kind, warm, and even maternal. So much so that she began housing a few students at her place from time to time.
What a saint.
Especially those who came from tough family situations. One of those boys at the time when he came to her house was 11 years old.
Gross.
This was in 2016 when him and his siblings moved into the house.
Well, times were different back then.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, they
you could still say the R word back then.
Oh, stop it! You cannot say that word.
Not in 2020. Not in 2016. We'll come to the
not
end
in 2006.
Oh, you can say retarded in 2006. 2006.
God.
Anyway, but over time, that safe place allegedly became a grooming ground.
A grooming ground sounds disgusting.
That sounds really bad.
Yeah. So
can we call it something else?
She didn't get caught. They moved out in 2020, but she didn't get caught until like this year. Maybe last year.
Wow.
And how or why do you think she got caught? What brought that?
Somebody got. Well, no.
You want to speculate? Nah.
Maybe she got pregnant.
I don't know.
Or maybe one of the adult kids came forward and told. Like if it happened.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would hope. I would hope that at one point, because if they were 11 in 2016, I would say as an adult, they came forward.
They came forward looking for money to sue her, maybe.
She was a teacher. She didn't have any money.
No.
Oh, they could get her house.
No, we have no money.
Well, I got real estate, though. That's up for grabs.
Well,
I feel like she's black.
Okay.
No, I think she's Hispanic.
Maybe.
I'm going to go with white again.
Mike.
She just seems like some old wreck that sat at home and watched Judge Judy. And...
No, I think she's at home making tamales.
No,
see, and listen, when I heard maternal, I was like, you know what? They always describe black women as maternal, so
they are.
That's a black woman.
They are.
So no. Either that or a boy.
Tam, you were on the right track and you deviated off of it.
Okay.
So in 2019, she gave birth.
See, I knew she.
Years later, as she was posting her toddler at this time on Facebook, the father of the boy was like, "That baby looks exactly like my son."
Wow.
And as he saw more pictures, he went to authorities because it lined up. She got pregnant during the time that the kids were staying with her. When she had the baby, she had baby showers and everything, and she just told everybody that the father was no longer in her life. So when authorities finally reached out to the now teenager and questioned him, he confirmed the obvious. Yep, that's my child. We were in a relationship.
That's bananas.
No, y'all weren't.
So, following, to him and to her, they were.
So how much back child support does he owe?
Yeah, right. Okay, that's what I thought.
Talking a lot of money here.
I want child support now.
Hopefully she ain't that stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
But, well, I mean, I guess she's stupid enough to sleep with a 13-year-old, I guess.
And get pregnant.
Got knocked up.
And keep it.
And then he's stupid enough to say, hey, I think
that's my grandchild.
Yeah.
No, that was that would
have been his grandchild.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the grandfather of the child. The victim's father saw it and said, that looks like my son.
And then you had the baby? Like, never mind.
Yeah.
She's not the first.
I know.
There have been several teachers.
I know.
Wow.
So,
That's wild.
Following an investigation, our suspect was arrested earlier this year, indicted by the grand jury on aggravated sexual assault, and endangering the welfare of a child.
So who gets the baby? Or the toddler?
Huh.
That's a good question. You know, me as a man, I didn't even think that far into who gets the child. I'm just like, this case kind of fucked up. Let's see what.
Well, I guess the 22-year-old would.
Yeah, or the grandparents.
Or the
I'm guessing the
grandparents.
grandparents.
Yeah.
Wow. Or maybe somebody said the gay uncle in the chat.
Yeah, that would be my vote.
Nice. That's a good line. That fits right on my show.
So the now 19-year-old victim says he doesn't want her prosecuted. He claims he was a willing participant.
You can't.
He
does not have.
He initiated the relationship at 13, 14.
He didn't.
No.
Come on now.
Yeah, he had that kind of game at 13.
Right.
I'd like to shake his hand. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Player.
I mean, don't hate the player, hate the game.
I mean,
The game and the player were the woman.
Right.
The kid was just
when you see her, Mike, we've talked about how some of these teachers are attractive. When you see her,
Luther, don't, whatever you're thinking, don't say it.
I didn't say anything. I just said,
Okay.
I didn't say anything. But the law doesn't care about his feelings.
Yeah.
Because you can't consent to sex as a child.
No, you cannot.
Especially when your partner is your teacher, guardian, and legal authority figure.
Yeah, guardian. Like, come on, move on in. And I'm going to teach you. That's like a double whammy.
Yeah. What's she teaching him?
Yeah, she teaching him all right.
So, I mean, that baby is like 6?
Oh, my
5
God.
or 6 years old right now.
And how old was she?
She, 34.
So imagine being 6 and finding out who your daddy is and your mama go to jail at the same time.
It's a crazy thing that when I was 13, I was in 6th grade and I had a very attractive teacher. I'm sure that crossed my mind at least 1,000 times daily. You know, because you can't... when you're a kid and you're a 13-year-old boy
at that,
you know, it's all that's running through your mind at that time.
Yeah, you guys suck.
I mean, but it's just in your head. You're not like living it out.
Well, this kid was.
Yeah, literally living it out.
He was, but you can't call the boy sick. You got called it. That's his natural urges at that point.
Yeah, you can't help.
Yeah, I know. None of you boys can.
No.
Doesn't matter to the age.
Yeah.
Well, we get a little more refined around 60 years old.
I cannot wait. I will be counting down the years.
So,
man.
What do we guess before I give a location?
It's a white woman.
I'm sticking with black woman.
No, she's white. That's gross.
Winter, what you got?
Hold on a second. Keyblade said, so were you attracted? Did they have that same whimsy? No. I was attracted to the teacher. She looked at me like scum, which is what she should do.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say that this is a good old-fashioned white gal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the consensus, it seems.
And she's probably a hot white chick, too.
Yep, another one thrown on the old scrap pile.
This happened in Middle Township, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jersey girl. Okay.
So, she would be Jocelyn. Nope, I'm sorry. Wrong person. Lauren Carone.
Italian American?
Yeah. I mean, she's white.
She's white.
There. See?
Wow.
Well, she doesn't look that hot there.
That's what I was saying. Like,
well, she's got a big old frowny face, huh?
Yeah, she's very sad.
let's
We
see.
need to find a pre-jail picture of her.
Yeah, I'm about to say, let's do some research here now that we're on here.
Oh
Let's
my
see what we can
God.
find.
She looks very sad in that picture, like she got busted having sex with a 13-year-old.
Yeah, as she should.
Yeah, I hope she's crying a little harder than that.
Oh.
Look at these.
Oh, yeah, I told you she's hot.
Well, baby. Not bad.
Is that her in that coach? The Gordon College, is that her in athletics? Yeah, that one?
I don't
Maybe.
I don't think so.
She's not bad looking outside of the jail photos.
Yeah. When she can clean
And
up a
so-
little bit.
My summer project is finally to watch Orange is the New Black. I have never watched it, and so I've been binge watching Orange is the New Black.
Mhm.
So I have a whole new appreciation for women's prison. Mm-hmm.
I've always loved women's prison shows.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's enough of that.
I think I watched the first season of Orange is the New Black and never went back.
Yeah. People just keep talking about it for years and years, I figured.
Oh, I spent a lot of time in that prison. I watched every episode of it. Loved it.
Yeah, but you watch every episode of everything.
No.
Yes.
No.
Everything.
I don't watch Riverdale.
Well, shut up. I haven't
Archie.
watched Riverdale since we first met.
Archie and Jughead and all that bullshit.
Mhm.
I don't. That's your thing.
Yeah. Okay, whatever.
Werewolves.
Yeah.
Dang,
Hey.
she got me. The motherly thing. Maternal.
The motherly thing got you.
that's,
Maternal thing.
yeah.
Before we go real quick, why do you think they don't look as the women don't get treated as harshly as the men in these cases?
Because it's every man's stupid fantasy.
Yeah, they're not looking as predators.
Right. So
No, those kids are looking at those women as opportunities.
Yeah, and they're. I feel like they think that the men are predators and they prosecute women because it's a crime, right? So
Right.
if it wasn't a crime, they'd be like, "Oh, you got to bang your teacher." But if it's a man, they're like, "Oh, he, pursued that girl. He's a predator." Like they don't see women as
those
being,
detectives.
Yeah,
Those detectives are there going, good for
Yeah,
you.
here's
Look at
some
you.
depth.
Good
Yeah,
job.
giving them high
but we gotta
fives.
send her to jail because it's illegal. But if it wasn't,
Oh, well, but we do have one teacher that they're not looking at like that.
no, don't tell me anything else that she did. That bitch deserves to
Yeah, see,
die.
I kept it. I gave y'all the light teacher stuff. If you
Yeah.
got free time, look up Brittany Fortenberry.
Or don't. or
Brittany Fortenberry.
it's bad.
Yes. Yeah,
Everything you can
She-
think of to be bad is she did.
I did.
And
What-
where is she from?
She's probably a former playmate or something.
No.
She used to be a substitute teacher. I forget where she was at, but she had lost weight, claimed it on her weight loss,
Uh-huh.
Oh, jeez.
having sex with multiple teenage students at one point.
At one time.
she let 3 of them gangbang her
Yeah.
Oh,
Get the fuck out of
Oh, it gets
town.
worse.
and had passed and whoever was the one that got to be in her, because she had one in her mouth, and one she was using her hand with. The one who got to be in her had to wear a scream mask. She was weird as fuck.
a scream mask?
Like the scream mask from the movie Scream. Yeah. She was
It gets
weird
worse.
That girl's
It's just-
insane.
as
Yeah.
fuck. She had at one point had a 13-year-old and 14-year-old husband found out that she slept with one of them, and then the husband gets pissed off at the kids and says, "Don't you ever come back here and do this again until you're 16."
Until you're 16.
16 or older. So he was cool with her sleeping with students and shit. It's like I say, it's still going on right now. Like it's a current case. I got all the
new
affidavits,
charges came out
and
within
stuff
the
on it.
last couple of months on her too. Like more people came
No,
forward.
new charges came out within the last month.
Yeah.
Oh
About
my
her,
God.
her
I'm at
and
a
her
loss.
7-year-old son.
Yeah, it's bad.
Wait, 7-year-old son?
Her son.
Is that what you just said?
Her 7-year-old
Yes.
son. Yeah.
Her
Oh,
doing stuff with her 7-year-old son.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
that is horrible.
Yeah, it's bad.
She needs to just be killed on sight.
Correct.
Forget it.
Yeah.
She doesn't deserve it. Yeah.
No trial.
See, I thought the incel thing was a problem for like nerdy white guys, but apparently being involuntarily celibate is a problem for women too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do you think?
Yeah.
There are women incels out running around out there.
Yeah.
They're all of us. I mean, there's all sorts of whatever.
Right.
Equal opportunity.
Which is really the point of the podcast, right? Like I say, it's to show that we're all fucking crazy. Every single one of us, every race, every creed, no matter what, we all do fucked up shit. It's a bunch of us who do crazy shit. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
It doesn't
Some
matter
more
who
than
you are.
others.
Yep. Well,
I'm shocked you're not in the top 200 yet. Did you make the top 200 for Apple yet?
hell no.
Really? Oh, I thought you would be.
No. We're still pushing. I got some changes coming, man. We may talk a little bit in the next today, so I might give you a call, let you know what's going on over here.
Okay.
There's some stuff happening, so.
Well, like you're going to move up here to Minnesota so I can
Hell no. Have y'all seen y'all snow?
I have, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe we'll just move down to Texas.
Yeah.
How about the summertime? We come to Minnesota because it's probably cooler up there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful here in the summer. And in the winter, we'll come down to you.
Winter, you come
That
down here and
sounds
it's 70 in December sometimes.
Yeah. We get 2 weeks of winter in February.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm not coming in February.
Yeah.
Although we were down in southern Texas last, what was it, March?
Yep.
Yeah, first time I'd been to Texas.
Southern Texas as in?
Where?
Padre Island.
Padre.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love that. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
you
never
at the
been there
beach.
before. I'm not a native Texan, so I haven't been all over
it was
there.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to partake.
Okay, but I need to know, where'd you guys go on vacation?
Sedona, Arizona.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, but it's hot there right now too, huh?
It wasn't bad while we were there.
I'm now a believer in the dry versus humid heat. Because
That's
it would
what
be
I
in
hear.
the 90s out there, but as long as you were in the shade, you were fine.
And there was always a breeze going in the shade.
Yeah, out here in the 90s,
You're going to die and
you're
sweat.
in your house in the AC and you're still hot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys had fun. Mike doesn't ever take me anywhere.
Mike,
Oh, yeah, never. Nowhere.
you got to
No.
change
Where
that.
do you take me?
Step your game up.
Minneapolis.
Padre Island. We just got done talking about it.
Yeah, that was a year and a
year
half
ago.
ago.
Oh, my God. The struggle is real.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm with you, Tammy. I think I should go on vacation like 12 times a year. That's me. I'm like, where are we going next?
Yep. I agree. I need a break.
I'm going to see Liz next. I have to drop off a kid in college, so I'm going to try to see Liz.
Yeah, one of our listeners, Liz, lives in down in Baton Rouge, close to one of our daughter's schools.
Nice.
Yeah, I've always meant to get down there and see Louisiana.
Yeah, I want to go too.
Get in and get out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not great or what?
Oh, yeah, it depends.
You know what I love about Louisiana, and it's so weird, maybe it's a Texas thing, is I'm never prepared for how much alcohol is everywhere. Like,
That's what I hear.
That sounds
Not-
fantastic.
not
why
like
he
beer
wants to
and
go.
wine, but like hard liquor in the gas station. Like you can buy a bottle of Crown or Absolute and fill up your tank. I'm like, how is this possible?
Yeah, that sounds
Everywhere.
like Mike's
Yeah,
dreamland.
and it's 24 hours. They sell liquor 24 hours.
Wow.
Because they're all responsible drunk drivers down there. That's why.
Exactly.
But to me, having a kid down there, the crime,
It's
Baton Rouge,
nerve-wracking.
New Orleans
Yeah.
area, all of that. It's just,
Yeah.
Nope, I'd rather have my kid going to school in Wisconsin. I
Yeah.
mean, they're like the #1 drinking state in the
Yeah.
United States, but not so much crime.
Yeah, I'm okay.
They're
with
just
that.
drunk all the time.
With all the breweries. I'm okay with
Yes, exactly.
It's Minnesota's R-word neighbor, right?
Oh my god.
I'm going to go ahead and say it.
No.
I'll say it for you, Mike.
No, don't do
Wisconsin
it.
is the retarded
Wisconsin
neighbor.
is Minnesota's retarded neighbor.
There you go. We're not even talking about a person now. Why can't we say that?
can't
We're talking about states.
Say
You guys are going to be
the
canceled.
word.
You better hope those.
I gotta be famous to be canceled.
Cancel away. I don't care. Cancel away.
Listen, I just listened to the canceled episode.
Cancel
you said
culture.
that once you get canceled, you still keep going. So,
Of course, that doesn't work anymore.
listen, I've gotten to the point if I haven't been canceled yet, I don't believe it can happen.
I think I'm gonna have to do an episode with me, Mike, and Kent.
And Ty.
Oh shit, and Ty.
Yeah. I'm not
crazy.
logging in on that one though.
No, me
My
either.
nerves would be so shot.
He's gonna have to lock himself in the spare bedroom for that one, and I'm gonna have to go somewhere else.
I'll run right out and buy a bottle of what I like, and I'll sit in on that podcast and have a good time.
Oh yeah, we having a
Are
great
you saying
time.
you're not having a good time now? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm having a great time,
Right.
but this sounds like an even better time. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the back door's even agreeing like, OMG.
That would be wild.
Because they know that group, crazy. Anyway, guys, we're just over an hour.
Well, thanks for inviting us. It was super fun.
Hey, thank y'all for coming on. I really appreciate it. Turned out better. Not better, but it turned out pretty much what I thought. I thought it was going to be good, and it turned out well. A little nervous when you hadn't really talked to somebody a whole lot, and you bringing them onto your shit. But it was good, man. So I appreciate it.
A pro recognizes a pro, and we're a whole room full of pros here.
Oh Lord,
hey, I'm just learning, man.
It sounds like we're prostitutes.
A hoe recognizes a hoe.
That is correct. Luther, I was wondering, could you send me this audio file of the show, and then I'll just go ahead and push it out as my next episode too.
Yeah, once I get everything set up and edited, I'll get it to you.
And you get double exposure that way.
I appreciate it for sure.
Yeah.
And then if you ever want me on Wisecrackin,
we do, but we want you both on.
Yeah, we can do this again on my show, and I'll think of some fucked up thing to do.
Don't be a hater, because I'm a star.
Hey, Tam, let me tell you, I love you. You're great. I think we'll run the show.
Yes.
They can just be in the background.
Yeah, they can relax.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's they? Now you're talking about yourself in the third person?
No, I'm talking about Luther and Tam.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Keyblade, and if you're in the Facebook group, I will share a link to Mike's podcast in the group.
Yes.
And I'll probably do it on the Patreon too, because you're on Patreon if you're on here. So I'll do it on Patreon too, so you can check him out. Mike's podcast, Wisecrackin with Winter is good. Like I say, it's entertaining.
You never ever know what you're going to get.
Tami,
every show is like a snowflake. They're all different.
Tami, so you're going to be Tami Winter? That
I am.
That sounds like a really good stripper name. That is like
you're leaving a lot of money on the table by not going down to the old strip club.
I'll be 50 in 3 weeks. How many 50-year-old strippers do you know?
You're in really good shape.
Listen, I used to work in a strip club, not as a dancer, but there was a few during the daytime. So, yeah.
Yeah, they're all the day girls. Yes. I need more than $10.
Right. I'm like, that's a good name.
Tami Winter.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm thinking about more like going the porn business route.
Yeah, OnlyFans.
I mean, it can go both either. Strip club, porn name.
Mm-hmm. There's people who will pay good money for old bitches on OnlyFans.
Yes.
Is that one of the? Is that right? Is that one of the dogs?
Yes.
What?
She's losing her mind. My dog.
I was looking at her
Luther's dog. Oh. I'm being harassed.
My girl. I'm about to come get you, right? Don't worry. I know she ain't treating you right. I know she ain't treating you right.
It's real bitch. That's what it is. It's real bitch.
She's the only one I can call a bitch in the house, and she gets called a bitch quite often.
Correct. Poor thing.
Yeah. Hey, but again, thank y'all. I'm gonna share Mike's link. Again, Wisecrackin with Winter. Y'all check out his podcast. It's great.
It's on every platform, every major platform. It's on there.
Everywhere.
Thank you guys so much. It was a lot of fun.
Yes,
now I got to go do my motherly duties,
wah.
Dinner and laundry. I know.
It's back to the 50s.
Yeah.
Love it.
And real quick before we go, like I always do, everybody in the back door, let me shout you out. Lisa Mateo, Cher, DJ, Liz, Keyblade. I wish it would just share all of y'all. DJ, Molly again. Thank you, Cassie. Lisa, did I say that? I think that was everybody I can see. Again, like I always say, if I missed you, charge it to my head, not my heart. Angie, Apex Erica, there you go. There goes some of y'all.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, love y'all, man. Y'all have a good night. Like, comment, share everywhere you listen to podcasts.